It's Sir Buck Foston, and the Bulls have 15 trade proposals for Zach Lavine. And when I heard that proposal, I think I can speak for everyone when I say,
why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
because if this was true, why didn't you trade him earlier in the season? This really speaks volumes to the Bulls organization. Kenny Beecham said it best in his video.
That my major gripe with the Chicago Bulls front office is that they are so very poor at maximizing an asset.
I'm sorry you're in pain, Kenny. And he's completely right. And look, we won't know anything until the trade officially happens, but there's reports that his trade stock is high, others saying it's low, and you know when something isn't high and low, you know what that equates to? So the Bulls claiming they have 15 trade proposals, which I don't know, sounds like they're pulling an Amber Heard to me. But for the rest of our time, let's engage. Let's see the trade scenarios between each team and see if the Bulls are, saying some facts or some cap.
Here we go!
But first, let's give Zach Lavine a review. Personally, I'm not too high on Zach Lavine, specifically as a second option. I think he's a great offensive threat, but on defense, he is where you put your ice cream in. AKA, he's a cone. And don't get me wrong, he's talented, but if we're being serious for a second, is he even a top 10 shooting guard? Is he even a top 10 shooting guard in 2K?
So it's been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm
Not a hater, I just want to know. Alright, my bad guys, I'm actually traveling right now, so if you hear a difference in audio, it's because I'm using a different mic. I'll go back to the old one in a couple days. I just, I gotta see my family, what can I say? Nonetheless, I do think he can contribute in scoring to a successful team. I'd personally put him in like a Michael Porter Jr. type role, because I'd be lying to say that he doesn't have the talent. But that being said, Zach Lavine's a 6 out of 10. Alright, on to the possible trade scenarios. So to make this video a little quicker, let's just list the following teams. Boston, Philly, Indiana, Milwaukee, the Wizards, Dallas, Phoenix, Minnesota, Portland, Denver, Rockets, and OKC.
C-A-P.
Those teams can't make the trade because either it financially doesn't work or because it wouldn't make any sense. Like, you're not trading Jason Tatum for Zach Lavine, okay? Like, that's not happening. And now here's some other scenarios where I think it can technically work, but I also just think the likelihood of it is so low. Like, for example, the Knicks can trade Bojan Bogdanovic and Mitchell Robinson for Zach Lavine, but like, I don't think the Knicks want a player like Zach. I think that makes their defense way worse. Also, didn't Tibbs trade Zach? So that's not gonna happen. Also, I know the Lakers and Zach Lavine have been in the rumor mill for like a minute now, but I think with the JJ hire, they're not gonna give up Austin Reeves. With the Knicks and Lakers, technically it can happen, but this is cap. So the Hawks, though this trade is terrible, it's our first
Fact.
I could see the Cavs doing a desperate move like this. I don't think it's a good move, but hey, it's a
Fact.
Pistons. I already put it in the last video, but this could totally happen. I wouldn't be shocked if it actually does. So,
Fact.
Miami, if Miami's just sick of Tyler Hero's cringy ass, then hey, maybe you can do Zach Lavine. So,
Fact.
Brooklyn, yeah, I think this trade can totally work. Brooklyn wants to get better because they don't have picks, even though they're going to be bad for a very long time. And this allows the Bulls to tank, and hopefully they tank. Please tank. Watch the last video. You understand my feeling about this. So,
Fact.
Magic, yeah, this Magic deal totally works. Magic needs scoring. Bulls need to suck. And being undersized helps. And Cole Anthony has some promise. Who knows? So,
Fact.
Hornets, hey, if the Hornets want to get better, it's possible. The Bulls get some young talent, the Hornets get better. This works. So,
Fact.
Pelicans, I don't think, again, this is the most likely of all trades, but if they prioritize mid, this can work. So this is a
Fact.
Golden State. I could totally see this happening. I'm not going to lie. Chris Paul can help mentor some guys. Moses Moody's a young prospect. And the Warriors are just desperate to get better. Like, they are desperate. So, with that being the case, this is a
Fact.
With the Spurs, I mean, this is possible. They get a young player. I don't think this would happen, but it could, so.
Fact.
Sacramento, I put it in the last vid. I think this is totally possible. So with that being the case,
Fact.
they could do this trade with the Raptors, though, I think the Raptors are taking, but this trade is possible, so.
Fact.
And finally, they could do this trade with the Jazz. And they say there's some traction here, but hey, we gotta wait and see. So now let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 13 teams. Yes, it's not 15, but hey, for once, let's throw them a bone. 13 teams. So, though most of the trades are bad, the Bulls may be onto something. What am I saying? It's the Bulls. They ain't gonna do the right thing.